Hi students, good morning to all. Today we are going to start our next model, that is concurrent development model. Before going to see this concurrent development model, let us see evolutionary process models. Actually, the evolutionary process models are of three types. They are prototype model, spiral model and concurrent development model. We have already discussed about prototype model and spiral model. Today we are going to discuss about concurrent development model. Then this concurrent development model is also known as concurrent process model. We can call it as concurrent process model or concurrent engineering. We can also call it as concurrent engineering. And in this model, actually the software development life cycle has some states or activities. In which we represent it as a series. That means the definition of concurrent development model is that it defines a series of events. Events are nothing but state or activities. It defines a series of events that will trigger or transit from state to state. Actually, this concurrent development model is used to represent the activities in software development life cycle as a state. Represents as a state, nothing but we have communication, nothing but requirement analysis, and then designing, then testing, analysis, coding, testing, and then finally we have maintenance phase. We have actually 4 phases. They are analysis, coding, testing and maintenance. And these activities are triggered from state to state in concurrent development model. And let us see the diagram of concurrent development model. In this diagram you can see that actually the process starts with none state. None state is nothing but it is an inactive state, that is the requirement gathering phase or communication phase. After the requirement gathering, the requirements are gathered from the customer. Then it comes to none state. That means we are not developing anything in this state. We are just gathering the requirements. After gathering the requirements, it comes into under development state. Each and every state is indicated in concurrent development model. After the requirement gathering, it enters into development state. After entering into development state, actually this development state is a broad state. In this, this development model completely focuses on this development phase. After developing, it goes to under review. This is the second thing. Under review is nothing but after developing we are performing the testing. Developing is nothing but coding part and this is testing part. After completion of testing, we go to done state. Actually, this phase is not completely completed. We enter into done state, but after this done state, the customer is going to view the software, and if he want to make any changes, then we are going to go for awaiting changes. We are entering into awaiting changes. The customer requirements or the changes of the requirements are entered into these awaiting changes. After going to awaiting changes, again we are going to come to under revision. Nothing but the changes have been added to the software product, and the changes are going to be added to the coding part, and again they are going to testing part. Nothing but under review. After testing, it is going to come to baseline, and then finally it comes to done. Again the customer views this done state. If he satisfies, he will agree with that software product. Otherwise, if he want to make any changes, he will go for awaiting changes. Okay, what is this? Actually, first the requirements are gathered, nothing but communication phase. We represent it as inactive phase. After that, we enter into under development phase. Under development phase is nothing but development of all coding part, and then it comes for under review. Review is nothing but whether the developed software product is, that model is accurate or not, this satisfies the customer or not. It will be checked in under review, and after that it will go for done state, and then in done state the customer will view all the software changes and software product, final product, and if you want to make any changes, then it enters into awaiting changes. And after adding the changes to the product, then it goes for under revision. Under revision is nothing but again it adds that changes to the existing product, and it also develops the extension for that, and then it goes for testing, and finally it comes to done state. If the customer is satisfied with the final product, then this will be delivered. This is done in concurrent development model. Then why we are using this concurrent development? In what case we are going to use this model? When there is an incremental release, in incremental model we know that more than one module is handled by all the teams. Some project is going to be divided into modules, module 1, module 2, module 3, and this each and every module is handled by a separate team. Team 1 one module, team 2 second module, and so on like that. When there is an incremental release by the project team, this model is going to be used. And when there is an immediate feedback, when there is an immediate need of feedback, if the customer want some feedback after testing, customer feedback is important in this development model. And then when more features are required to be added, if we want to add more features, here you can see in awaiting changes, we are adding the changes, we are adding the new features continuously until the final product will be delivered. When there is a immediate when more features are required to be added, then we go for concurrent development model. And when there is a need for continuous testing is done in under review. Continuous testing, when a software product need to be continuous testing, then we go for this concurrent model. And the advantages of using this concurrent development model is it is applicable to all software development process. Nothing but we have first phase is requirement gathering, then analysis, then coding, testing, and then maintenance. These are the software development processes in which this concurrent development model can be applied to each and every application or software development process. And then it is easy to understand and use, and it gives immediate feedback from testing. After testing, we are going to get feedback from the customer, and we can add changes to that, and it provides an accurate picture of current state of a project, in what phase the project is, in what state the project is. It is under development, that is it is going under coding or testing or maintenance. The current state can be viewed in this model. And then disadvantages, here it needs better communication between team members. The team members coordination should be good, otherwise the development model will fail. And next one is this may not be achieved all the time. For what purpose we are going to develop this model, that purpose is not fulfilled all the time. This is the disadvantage. Okay students, hope you all understood this concurrent development model. Thank you.